obviously one of the leaders on the defense, but what does it mean to, you already lost Kaiser, now Josh, and both those guys seem to be kind of vocal kind of leaders. What does that do to you guys in terms of that part of it?
Yeah. We have, all trust and, respect of all the other linebackers that are in the building. Of course, Kaiser and Josh are great guys, great players, great teammates. But we're rolling with what we have, and Chris Barnes has been doing a great job. Continuing to talk to us, continuing to get the calls out, stuff like that. So it's next man mentality. We're just focused on playing good football this week.
I know when they talk about quarterbacks and cadence, it can be a big deal. Is it a big deal on defense with who's calling the defenses in terms of what you're hearing from them, the cadence part of it, or does it, as long as the message is getting out there, it doesn't really matter?
Yeah, as long as the message is getting out there, it doesn't really matter. As long as we get the call, the correct front, the correct defense we're supposed to be in, everything else will take care of itself. Now we go play football. So, like I said, Chris Barnes and those guys are doing a great job of getting us the call. So it'll be okay.
Last time you guys were in Chicago, you and JT both had a pick. So you had 4 overall. Haven't been a whole lot of turnovers from this defense. How do you guys kind of get back on that track this week?
Yeah, just continuing to do our job the best of our ability, whatever that is. Whatever defensive call we have, we're trying to do that to the best of our ability. And then, when the ball gets up in the air, it's our job to try to, pick it off. So, personally, I'm just going to take it one play at a time, continue to try to do my job to the best of my ability. And if the ball goes in the air, we'll see what will happen.
Was there a point last weekend, Sunday morning, where you didn't think you'd be able to play?
Not didn't think I was going to be able to play, but I just, there was a point where it was like, I might defecate on myself, so as long as and we were wearing all white, so for me personally, it was a matter of just understanding that, first try to stop, help my body. Other than that, it was a matter of I knew I was going to play. I knew I was going to, give it all I had. I know there wasn't much sleep out of it, but at the end of the day, I just tried to give it all I had, and luckily those things did not happen.
When did you start feeling sick?
Yeah, so I went to bed, Saturday night feeling great. Body felt great, and woke up probably about 1:30 in the morning, and I was up until till game day. So didn't get any sleep, but just try to get as much water as I could in my system, because drinking the water wasn't really helping. So just getting IVs, getting to the stadium early, and taking Imodium, I think it was called, some other things that helped me out a little bit. And I knew there wasn't any food in my system, so just drinking chicken broth and stuff like that right before the game, just so I could somewhat have some type of energy for the game.
Last time it felt like you guys embraced kind of this cold weather game when you went to Pittsburgh. Do you feel like this team kind of takes on that mentality pretty well?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like we embrace, of course, each and every game, but those are the ones that, of course, you embrace. Living in Arizona, you don't really see a lot of heavy rain or cold weather like that. So personally for me, I grew up in Seattle, Washington, where it rains all the time, so I'm kind of used to that, even though I've been here about 7 years. But I embrace the rain. Waking up every day in Arizona is beautiful, seeing the sun, and on game day when it's cloudy, rainy, it's kind of like a little extra of excitement to get you ready for the game.
How's this team dealing with the 3-11 record? It's not where you wanted to be, not where you envisioned it would be.
Yeah.
How's the team? How are you doing? How's the team doing?
Of course, not happy. Me personally, of course, I'll tell you that myself. Definitely not happy with the outcome of our of the game. But like we kind of say the past is a past, and we're living in the future. We got are in the present. We got 3 more opportunities to put good stuff on film to try to, of course, win the games. And I think they're doing great. Compared to maybe a few other teams I've been on where guys kind of throwing the towel. This team is different. You got a lot of young guys playing on the field, understanding football. Taking their reps very seriously in practice throughout the week, and then on Sunday, playing the game and learning each and every game, each and every week. So we're continuing to learn. Guys are continuing to get better, and of course, each and every week we're trying to win. So that's the main goal, is to win. But we understand that we're trying to get better each and every day, and of course, do our job and, put good stuff on film.
One of those young guys, Starling, there's been rotation, I guess you could say, at cornerback all year. Where have you seen the growth from him, playing with him, now that it's been a couple games with him starting?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of growth out of him. A guy who's very, very athletic, very fast, very twitchy, and, just understanding the NFL game as a whole, understanding the different, the different techniques you can use at corner, and just trying to get better as football as a whole and understanding the calls. So he's doing a great job. He's going to continue to grow. He'll be a great player. He is a great player, and I'm excited. The roofs, it's the ceiling for those young guys, especially at DB. With those guys, they're true pros already, and now they're just trying to learn and understand the game of football and understand how we can help each other out on the field. So, I'm definitely excited for those guys.
What are the challenges facing this Bears offense, obviously?
Yeah, they have 2 great running backs that run the ball very hard. Of course, it always starts with the run game. Their quarterback is a guy who can scramble out the pocket, get out the pocket, can throw inside the pocket. They got a good tight end, some good tight ends. Shout out Mercedes Lewis. He's still playing. I think he might be 40 years old. So, I don't think I'll be playing at 40. But, it's definitely cool to see that guy still in there, doing his job and playing good. And, of course, you got Justin Fields, a guy who can scramble, and it could be a 4-man rush. Everything can be covered, and he'll take the ball for 60 yards. So we've seen a lot of that. Of course, he can scramble up the pocket and chuck the ball to the opposite sideline for 60 yards for a touchdown. Of course, number 2, DJ Moore, he's a great receiver, all-around receiver, a guy that can put in X receiver slot in the backfield, Z receiver as well. So of course, we understand he's a really good target, big target, and they got a couple more receivers that are very good, very fast, very quick twitch. So, ultimately it's always about stopping that run first, getting them into throwing situations, and hopefully when that ball is in the air, defense can go get it.
At this point, you've done a lot because of the length of your career, but do you still get pretty excited about going into those towns that have like traditional NFL followings and a lot of history in the NFL, like Chicago, Pittsburgh, Philly?
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to go into those towns, especially just seeing their fans. Even Chicago is very cold, but the fans still show up and root on their team. See some Cardinal fans in there. Last time we played there in Chicago, which is definitely good. So it's definitely fun to go in there and to play against those those franchise teams and ultimately get the W. That's the main thing that matters. And yeah.
The Bears are kind of clinging on to a playoff hope. Do you anticipate them playing inspired and trying to try to make the playoffs at this point?
Of course, if you're not playing inspired, you're in the wrong sport, So I definitely think that they're going to come out. They're going to, come out fast and, try to win that game, especially if they're still in playoff contention. So, most definitely, if I was on the Bears and you told me that, I would think that was disrespectful, So, of course, I definitely think they're going to come out and they're going to try to win the game. And, they see a wounded Cardinals right now, and, our job on our team is to try to win the game, go in there in Chicago and win the game. So, records out the door for us personally. It's just a matter of taking it one day at a time and getting better as a team, but ultimately trying to take these 3 wins and, end out with the season.
For someone like you and your skill set, is it in a way a little more exciting, the challenge of a mobile quarterback like Justin Fields?
No, it's not exciting. I'm a defensive back. I'll be in the back, either in my man coverage or playing zone, and I'm kind of just looking at this guy scramble around. I don't like going against scrambling quarterbacks because those guys can. It could be 3rd down and 10, and we know it's a passing situation, and, we're thinking the ball's going to come out and he'll scramble for, 40, 50 yards. So, of course, being a DB, especially being in coverage for 8 seconds and then seeing the quarterback scramble, now you got to get out of coverage and cover try to tackle the quarterback, and, that Justin Fields does a great job of sliding, but he also kind of tries to run DBs over as well. So, kind of just me being a safety, seeing him run full speed at me, and I'm ready to tackle, and then he slides. That's the worst thing for me personally when I try to tackle a quarterback. Because you never know if he's going to slide or if he's going to dip his shoulder, if he's going to try to shake you. So, I would definitely say no. But of course, it's definitely we understand that. So of course we'll probably have some type of spies around him, just to hopefully help him, stop running out the pocket, stuff like that. But you see it on film that he's outrunning spies. He's outrunning those guys that are specifically their main job is to. If he gets out the pocket, you got to tackle him, and he's outrunning those guys. So, he's doing a great job, and he's continuing to elevate. Their team's continuing to elevate. So, it'll be a tough matchup, but very exciting to play another game.